Barca, Barca, Barca.
Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, the home of everything Barca, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We are going to start with second choice goalkeeper Neto, as it has been reported that Barcelona have slapped a 14 million euro asking price on the 32-year-old goalkeeper. Secondly, we are going to be discussing about this other transfer story claiming that Barcelona have ruled out the signing of Portuguese midfielder Ruben Neves, of course, who plays for Wolverhampton Wanderers, due to financial constraints. We are going to be looking much on that report as well. Then lastly, we are going to be talking on another transfer rumor claiming that Barcelona are plotting a summer move for Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalga to replace Ter Stegen. We are going to be discussing on that report as we progress. So guys, as we get right into it, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you are a supporter of FC Barcelona, we are on our way to 10,000 subscribers, and I'll be really happy if you do well to subscribe, give the video a like, and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end.
Barca, Barca, Barca.
Barcelona stopper Neto hasn't played since appearing in a 2-1 win over Linares Deportivo in January. Hence, it does not really strike as any surprise that the Brazilian wants out in the summer, and a certain Everton Football Club is ready to pull out the 32-year-old custodian out of his misery. It's been long since Neto expressed his desire to leave. He was in fact willing to depart in January itself, but with Inaki Pena heading out on loan to Galatasaray, the Barcelona management decided to retain the Brazilian at least until the end of the season. Now Neto has a contract until 2023, and the team is looking to exploit the situation by churning a significant transfer fee in the summer. As reported by Spanish news outlet Sport, they are asking for anywhere around 14 million euros and are also willing to let him leave on loan but an obligatory option to buy. Neto's departure has been on hold for a long time, but the parties involved will have a definite answer in the summer. As such, Everton have expressed strong interest, but everything depends on where they finish in the Premier League at the end of the season. Neto moved to Barcelona in the summer of 2019 from Valencia, where he was an irreplaceable figure. It's been 3 years in Barca, and a run in the first team has never been far and between, with the keeper restricted to mere 20 appearances across all competitions. It's not that Barca are restricting his move. In fact, the player has a verbal agreement that the team will let him go if a profitable offer is received. He knows the possibility of replacing Marc-Andre Ter Stegen is next to nil, and on top of that, Kepa Arrizabalga is being considered as well. We are going to be discussing much on that development as we progress. The only problem obstructing the deal is Barcelona's hankering of getting the transfer fee out of his sale. Valencia tried to cool Neto in January on loan, but Barcelona denied any short-term exit. As of today, the English Premier League remains the most likely destination, and Everton are working on the project. In case Neto departs, it's no secret that Inaki Pena will be the obvious replacement, especially looking under his great performance last Thursday night in the Europa League against Barcelona. Inaki Pena was brilliant, I must admit, and of course, he will be there next season, and he will be the second choice goalkeeper. So with Neto's case, we all know it's no secret that Barca will sell him, and of course Barca can still loan him, but the team in question must have that obligatory to buy. So it's a right move for all parties involved. Neto is a good goalkeeper. We saw his exploits when he played in Valencia, but unfortunately when that swap deal with Jasper Cillessen, who was the then second choice stopper for FC Barcelona, of course they had that swap deal, but things have not moved well for Neto at all. Even when he had the chance to play when Ter Stegen was out injured some months back, he never had the great performance, and of course it looks very likely that Neto will not be at Barca next season. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona's interest in Ruben Neves came to shore recently, with the player performing spectacularly with Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League. As a defensive midfielder, he could easily find a place at Barca as Sergio Busquets' deputy. Reliable Spanish journalist Javi Miguel has confirmed those rumors, stating that Neves was indeed on Barcelona's list, but the club has ruled out his signing because of financial constraints. The player carries with him a hefty price tag, and Barcelona want to channel their money to bolster the attack. Neves, at 25 years old, is at the peak of his powers and is arguably going through his best season since joining Wolves. He has scored 4 goals and set up 2 more for his team, who are currently vying for a Champions League spot. With his contract set to expire in 2024, Wolves are not inclined to let him leave for a discounted price either. In fact, with the additional income that could be on its way from European competition, they could convince the Portuguese midfielder to pen a new contract with a substantial raise. Arsenal are said to be in the running for his signature as well, but it is probably too soon to call any transfer right now. By the time the summer window swings open, several Premier League teams could table lucrative bids for him. While Ruben Neves would certainly have been a brilliant transfer for Barca, given that Busquets is at the last juncture of his career, I think it makes sense that Barcelona, has possibly sidelined themselves from that race. The money involved is really much. And of course, given the fact that we have Franquise in line, what is the need? What is the need when we know Franquise is likely to join Barcelona? Because Franquise plays that defensive midfield role. And looking at the price of Ruben Neves, who still has a contract with Wolves, of course, the fee is, according to report, upwards of 50 million euros. And of course, the wages will not be low either, which, considering our financial situation right now, it will be very, very difficult for Barca to match those figures. So with Franquise's transfer as good as done, Barca have a plethora of options, I think, in their midfield, and manager Xavi Hernandez will have to find the right formula to replace Busquets accordingly. Then on to the final story of discussion. As reported by Spanish news outlet Featured Jazz, Barcelona are plotting a surprise move for Chelsea custodian Kepa Arrizabalga as they look in on parting ways with Marc-Andre ter Stegen in the summer, with Thomas Tuchel preferring Edouard Mendy over Kepa. The latter's future has been thrown into question, and if the reports are to be believed, Barcelona might as well pull him out of the misery. Mendy's world-class form under Tuchel means a run in the starting 11 has been far and between for the Spanish goalkeeper, and with the FIFA World Cup also blooming, he would definitely want to work on building the numbers. Kepa's link with Barcelona doesn't really come as any surprise since ter Stegen hasn't been at his best usually. Until last season, the German shotstopper was considered untouchable, but his recent run of form has forced the Barcelona management to open up a debate. It's not that there is a massive upturn in form, but it's pretty much evident he hasn't performed at his usual standards since sustaining a knee injury. On top of that, the former Borussia Mönchengladbach custodian is also one of Barcelona's top earners, and with his contract valid until 2025, the team might as well cool a handsome transfer fee that can aid Kepa's arrival. But why it's a win-win situation for Barcelona, the state Chelsea are in at the moment puts his transfer in jeopardy. On the other hand, they will have to fend off interest from the likes of Lazio and Newcastle United if they tend to sign the 27-year-old in the summer. The good thing for Barcelona in the pursuit is that Kepa isn't the only one on that list. As reported earlier, Leeds United Ilian Malier, Wolfsburg shotstopper Quen Castells, and Florentina's Dragowski are all on Barcelona's agenda. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video, and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please make sure to do so you always stay up to date with the latest on FC Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.
Barca, Barca.